Mr. Officer.
Was he skanking?
Skanking hard.
Are you going to do us another skank, Mr. Officer?
He was skanking hard. Mr. Officer, that's what we like.
All right, so come on Instagram this policeman skank, please.
Wobble, wobbin', ass so fat, all these bitches pussy poppin'.
We got a policeman over there with some moves.
I'm muted, what? Can you not hear it? Because that sucks. And that's really weird. No, it shouldn't be. Hi, by the way. How's everybody doing? I just read what you had said, Mel, about got a gravity field and totally just almost bit like I can completely relate. Hi Logan, hi Pat, hi Archangel, and hello everybody. How's everybody doing? I know I've already been here, but I don't know, I ain't got to get up early in the morning, so why the fuck not, eh? And didn't finish what I was doing, so, just a minute. We were, unfortunately, looking at some bullshit that Chili's done, because my channel isn't going to be all focused on Chili, but at the moment, you know, I'm still trying to get through the things that I started. I started, so I'll finish. I'm one of them kind of people, so yeah.
They're deathly afraid of me. They're terrified.
I see that. Dude, I see
Maria de Castro, so I'm not.
So I'm going to rewind it so that we can all get the gist of what he's talking about. Who's deathly afraid of him? Who?
Happen here. And people don't really understand the power of the governor. And you're starting to see that now in South Dakota and in Florida with Ron DeSantis, who is in a war against Latinos. Me llamo Jose Maria de Castro. So I'm not a DeSantis fan. However, when they put their foot down against the central bank digital currency in South Dakota and in Florida, that's going to stop the tyranny. You do not want to go to a centralized digital currency. You want to revolt with all your might. You do not want that. And that's another entire podcast. But
right. Yeah. And Doug Baum is actually another guest we got on here. He's shaking his head and agreeing. I think he agrees with you on that one. But and Doug, did you have a question for Chili?
Not any questions. I've just been kind of like looking at the chat, and it's like really fiery.
Yeah. You're gonna get a ton of trolls.
Yep.
They're deathly afraid of me.
Hilarious, isn't it? As soon as somebody disagrees with him, or even politely questions or criticises him, they're a troll. Definitely a troll. You're a troll. If you do not agree with me and think I'm amazing, you're a troll. No, not at all, Chiller. Not one little fucking bit. You're a cunt. And therefore people call you out for being a cunt. Also, people call you out for being wrong. You're always fucking wrong, dickhead. But anyway, yeah, so all of us are trolls. And we're all deathly afraid of him. We're so scared. That's why we all sit here pretty much every fucking night taking the piss out of the cunt and slagging him off because we're so scared. Fuck me.
They're terrified.
I see that. Dude, that's CIA. Come on.
It's crazy. Like, people knew who you were and jumped into this like right away. That just like shows me that people are following you. People are like, they are out to get you. Yeah, they are. It's like, in general, there was only, like a dozen at a time, people in the watching this, because we've been on for a good 2 hours now. And
But look,
how many people are going to know who you are, right? Like, it's like not that many, right? But then all of a sudden they just happen to show up, like right when you showed up. Like, that was kind of very, interesting. Well, I don't even think you were even advertised as being on the show. It's like, how did they find out about you? So that just makes it even more suspicious to me. Like, something's up, Like,
these are state actors.
Yeah.
These are state actors. These are either
That's what I think.
the mothers and fathers of cops, the brothers and sisters of city council members, the brothers and sisters of governors, the brothers and sisters of judges. Remember, the Ohio State Supreme Court,
I am going to interrupt. So that's fine, right? So all of you lot, any of you that are American at least anyway, yeah? So you are all related to police and governors and important people. That's fine, yeah? He can run with that narrative. He absolutely can. What about me? What about me? I'm British, living in Britain. Nothing that he says and does physically affects me. So why am I calling him out all the time? Why am I calling him a twat and a cunt all the time? Why is that? Where's my fucking relative that's an American copper or in politics or whatever? Where? Make it make sense, you twat. What a fucking dickhead. I don't like him. Did you ever... I bet none of you could guess that, could you? That I don't like you. That's just shocking. One sec. I gotta try and remember to do the pause faces. Pause face.
The mothers and fathers of cops, the brothers and sisters of city council members, the brothers and sisters of governors, the brothers and sisters of judges. Remember, the Ohio State Supreme Court.
Hi, Lemon Tart. Sorry about earlier. I'm so glad you're here now, though. Hello.
Tried to reel me in and say I was practicing law without a license because I attempted to get power.
Hi, Tina. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm being rubbish. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all okay. Remember, yeah, because he said it, and you know how it goes, don't you? You all do know how it goes. If he says something on the internet, I know my days, if he prints it on a t-shirt, it's definitely true. So he has just said that we are all trolls and we're all definitely afraid of him. And we are all parents or siblings or cousins or of police officers or of people in politics. So, yeah, even me. So, yeah. My whole family. You know how I haven't got an accent? Really, I'm actually American. My whole family, all American. And I just put on this British accent just to trick you all. So, yeah. My parents and siblings and cousins and grandparents and best friends and everything, they're all coppers, all of them.
Attorney for a woman in Ohio because I was going to work as her advocate in court and just speak on her behalf. Well, the Judge Waldo, who is a absolute scumbag, who I believe 100% set up all the rehabs for profit for himself. So he did. He's a scumbag. He knows it. He knows he's a scumbag, Waldo. I know you guys are watching this. You're a scumbag, Waldo. So
still cracks me up, yeah. Cracks me up that he genuinely believes. Actually, you know what, yeah? Does he genuinely believe that judge is ever watching any of his videos? I mean, it's one thing that we're into it, yeah? But we are a tiny, tiny little group on the big, wide world of YouTube. We are so small. We really are. And, you know, we've got a community and, you know, most of the time we're decent to each other. Sometimes people ain't, but majority of us are actually really decent people and all decent to each other. And we are all, what's the word? All, I can't think. But we're all, like, united, that's what I'm like. We're all united in a massive dislike of Chile. And absolutely, because he's a fucking knobhead and stuff that he says, it's actually dangerous to people. Not dangerous to me, though. It's not. And it's not dangerous to my relatives or my friends and whatnot. And it isn't because, you know, all of them are in Britain. We're all British. What Chile does and says does not affect us. But as much as of a hard-faced bitch that I sound, yeah, I actually do care about people. And I also can completely understand that some people are gullible, naive, vulnerable and whatnot, and they're the people that he is taking advantage of, and that really gets to me. It really does. And now he's on this fucking stupid podcast of people that are clearly fucking licking his arse, and yeah, there you go. That's pretty much my honestly, yeah, you know, like 90, you know what, yeah, I'm going to say 97.5% of my responses to Chile could be completely covered by me just going, meh. So, yeah. Right, wait, that's it. Oh, I can't remember if I said hi to you. Hi, Natasha. Hello, Generation Ape. How you doing? And Pepper Rain, hello, love. Christo, Art, Logan, El Vampiro, Lemon Tart, Tina, yeah, Suzette. I went up there already, didn't I? I'm sure I said hi to you, Mel, but I'm saying hi to you again. See how lucky some of you are, look. You get a hello more than once. Honestly, I do it deliberately, honestly. It means that you've all won a raffle.
Then what he did is he tried to revoke my bond in Ironton.
Bob! Oh, mate. Oh, this is funny. Sorry, look, you know what, yeah, because people have just joined, so I'm assuming none of you will mind, because the shit that he comes out with is fucking ridiculous. So I'm going to rewind it maybe 20-30 seconds, just so everybody else, okay? Let's do that another one. There we go. Oh, that's such a cute pause face. It's like he's doing some sort of weird dance. I don't dance. I'm Chili De Castro. I'm too busy being a 20-year constitutional law scholar, bitch.
The Ohio State Supreme Court tried to reel me in and say I was practicing law without a license because I attempted to get power of attorney for a woman in Ohio because I was going to work as her advocate in court and just speak on her behalf. Well, the Judge Waldo, who is a absolute scumbag, who I believe 100% set up all the rehabs for profit for himself. So he did. He's a scumbag. He knows it. He knows he's a scumbag, Waldo. I know you guys are watching this. You're a scumbag, Waldo. So then what he did is he tried to revoke my bond in Ironton, Ohio for peacefully protesting. Do you understand that? Because the coppers said they were afraid of me because I told them I would hold you down on the mat, bro, in an exhibition. And so they didn't like, no copper likes that they can't just whip my ass, you know, and they live in a system of violence. And I come from a system of violence. So, you know, while I've sworn off actually doing violence to others, if you do violence to me, I'm not a weeping willow.
Swear to God, yeah, you know, if you could see my face, for fucking hell. Yeah. He's so off his fucking trolley. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you know, if it was like just an actual organised face-to-face fight, you know, he's a bloke and I'm not exactly skilled and whatnot. So yeah, of course, he could probably just fucking restrain me or something like that. But I swear to God, you know, if he didn't fucking see me coming, I would knock him maybe not knock him out. Sorry, right. You know what? I might not knock him out. I guarantee I'd get him down to his fucking knees. Aiza. And honestly, Aiza. He really ain't all this fucking shit that he makes out that he is. And he only ever does it these days, doesn't he? On other people's channels. Like, oh, I'm well on. Oh, I was raised in the fire. I was baptized in the fire. I was raised in violence. Well, you fuck. Why do you keep on lying when all your lies have been proven to be lies? It just don't stop. We don't stop lying. That's literally it, isn't it? Fucking hell, man. Ridiculous.
Now, if the cops attack me...
You have a right to defend yourself.
Right. If the cops attack me, I'm going to cower and give up and let them do what they're going to do.
Oh, shit, you're going, Tina. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. Bye, take care.
Because I am not going to fight police. And I won't do it. So if any copper out there says, oh, he attacked me. Bro, if you've watched my videos for the past couple of years, I have people scream in my ear, yell in my face, get right in my face like they're going to attack me. I've been in hundreds and hundreds of fistfights. The chance of you knocking me out with the first punch is very low. And then the chance... it's just so the point is, though, these guys live in a system of violence, and because they can't just run up and grab me and beat my...
Well, he was just saying, wasn't he, that he's had police, like in the last year and whatnot, he's had police right in his face and shouting down his ear and all that. Why aren't we seeing that then? I've genuinely not seen that. And we watch all of the most sort of, you know, dramatic moments of Chili's fucking lame-ass life. So why aren't we seeing that? I genuinely have not seen that at all. But yeah, all the cops are so terrible. They're all shouting in his face and screaming down his ear. But they're doing it really quietly and subtly to the point where we can't see it. Yeah.
My ass, then they're intimidated. And so now that they know I'm going into leadership, the trolls that you're getting on your podcast right now, those are people who want to stop me. There's been a year long, at least, even longer before that. In 2021, I was called a racist on TikTok, which is...
Absolutely, Tina. Absolutely. I completely agree. And I've not said this for a while, yeah, but, you know, me, British Council Estate, all this, that and the other, my grandchildren would fuck him over Don't fuck with the kids, mate. They go for the fucking jugular. You be fucked, you know. You ain't got fucking, oh, God. He has not grown up all hard done to and rough. He's not grown up with violence and that at all. At all. He has no idea what he's talking about. But so many of us could introduce him to it and he would just pussy out just like he's always done. Just, oh God, it really winds me up.
Affable.
You go to my website, it says defining the history of institutional racism in America. And then I say this is the unedited version of history. And then I point out that FDR's first appointment was Hugo Black, a lifetime member of the KKK. I went to the black community down with the George Floyd riots and I talked to young black.
Oh yeah, definitely. Them boobs, fucking hell, man. Them boobs proper fuck him over. If it's actually an official thing, if an adult female's boob brushes against Chile de Castro, he crumples to his knees and then gets back up and then runs to the police. So, you know, we all have to be really, really careful.
Black men explaining to them the reason the cops hem you up is because of Terry versus Ohio, bro. You get rid of Terry versus Ohio, everything changes in your world. And amazingly, a rapper.
I've heard several times, yeah. You know how I think you know. I think is this a thing? I think I'm right. In America, anyway, when people go through police academy and that, they do get tased at one point, and they get pepper sprayed or maced or whatever you want to call it at some point or another. And pretty much all of them, when they're asked which one was worse, they all say the pepper spray. All of them. The tasing is horrible. That's like fuck. Of course it does. But when it stops, it's done. That's it. But the pepper spray, it's just, it's there, and then your eyes streaming, and it's there, and it's burning down your face with the tears. And then when you have a shower later, it's there, and it dribbles all to your other bits and all this, that, and the other. It's just there, just meh for 48 hours. Whereas tase, it's just, yeah, tase, fine now. So I'm kind of torn about what I'd like to do to Jose Maria de Castro. Yeah, you know what, in theory, I mean, I'm in Britain, I could pretty much say what the fuck I want. Not really. I just really don't like him. I really don't. And he does deserve nasty things to happen. He really does. So, can't we crowdfund for him to come over to the UK and I will meet him at the airport and I'll take him to the worst places ever? We should do that.
Not going to give him any light, but a washed up has-been rapper who can't get any traction now other than creating drama.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah, I cannot remember that rapper's name. I've never heard of him. I hadn't. I admit that, and I've always said that. I've never heard of him, but the impression I got is that he was a very big, very popular bloke. And I know Tina will know his name. And well, there we go. What? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Thank you. So, oh my God, and he's all like, oh, you know, a washed up rapper. Blah, 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 blah. The fucking cheek of him. Just, thank you, Tina. The fucking cheek of him. Yeah, if that bloke hadn't got all fucking irate about him telling you, oh, get down on your knees and all this, that, and the other, if he'd have been all pally with Chile would have been singing his praises, wouldn't it? Oh, an amazing rapper. He's so good. His music is so amazing. He does so much activisms and just fuck off.
I used to have this illusion that there was leadership in the black community. There's not. And if the black people don't like it, then.
Oh, yeah. More racist. That's. Wow, he's actually, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe that he's going down that route again. What is wrong with this guy? I swear.
Show me your leader. I'm ready to support him. So for the first year I did this, the first 8 months I did this when I was on TikTok, I would reach out to what I thought.
No, but Tina, he can't possibly have been on there because he's a washed up nobody rapper and nobody knows who he is and nobody likes him. So, you know, you must be mistaken. Obviously, I'm only joking, but yeah. Just what the fuck? This coming from a fucking washed up fucking act. I can't even call him a washed up actor. He tried to be an actor. He failed. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it? What's the word coming to, eh?
Was black leadership. And I would be like, hey, listen, take the ball here. take the ball, run it into your community, and explain to them that a scholar sat down with you and explained to you it's Terry versus Ohio, and then Graham versus Connor, Carroll versus United States. There are specific Supreme Court cases that must be overturned if we're ever going to have freedom in this country. I reached out to every black leader I thought there was, and what I met was a bunch of celebrities and social media influencers and rappers who really, it's about being famous. It's about people knowing who you are. It's about that I'm the one leading on this.
See? That's all he ever wants. And I've said this now for a year, over a year. All he wants is fame and money. That's all he wants. And he does not care how he gets it. So this is him now literally saying that he is being the leader for the black community. What the actual fuck? Don't get me wrong, yeah. Fucking, of course, certain groups of people need people that are going to activists, you know what I mean? Of course they do, but this is in my opinion, and I don't quite know how to word it, so I might fail. So my attempt at wording it is that, you know, United States of America, you are all American, and you have got the leader, which is the president, and that's it. You can have activists for your ethnicity, community, whatever. You can do that, but it don't mean that you've got this like big official fucking golden leader. You could just have activists. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody is the same. So, and that's what people are fighting for, to be treated completely equal. So I'm not wording it right, but what I'm getting at, is I don't feel like the black community or the Hispanic community or any community needs an actual, like, that's our leader, that kind of thing. They've just got a lot of very passionate people that are activists, and I think that's the right way to go about it. And then there's this cunt who is obviously not black, is not even fucking Hispanic other than his fucking name. And he's there going, and I do this and I do that, and I was looking for the leader, but I'm going to have to be the leader. How fucking dare he? Right, you know what, I'm going to back you up. There we go.
That a scholar sat down with you and explained to you it's Terry versus Ohio, and then Graham versus Connor, and then Carroll versus United States. There are specific Supreme Court cases that must be overturned if...
Oh shit, take care, Tina. Thanks for being here, love.
We're ever going to have freedom in this country. I reached out to every black leader I thought there was, and what I met was a bunch of celebrities and social media influencers and rappers who really, it's about being famous. It's about people knowing who you are. It's about that I'm the one leading on this. There was a woman in, I don't want to give her any light either, but she makes these videos, just stupidity. It's just, so anyway, they tried to call me a racist in 21.
I think that's Auntie Karen, whatever her name is, on TikTok. I follow her on TikTok. I've not been on TikTok for a while though, but she called him out for being a racist.
My TikTok accounts got deleted. I had 300,000 people on TikTok. Then I regrouped in 2020.
I thought you had 100,000 people on TikTok. I could be remembering wrong. Let me know. You lot have got much better memories than me.
Started on YouTube. Within 1 month on YouTube, I had 10,000, 20,000, whatever. And then now I'm a year past in YouTube, a year and a few months now. I guess we're a year and a half almost. I started in January of 2022. And now there's been an entire sect of people who've tried to call me a grifter, me a scammer, while I raise money for people in the thousands, and while I give away all of my products absolutely for free. So if you can't afford...
All of his products? I thought it was just a trifold. But now he gives away all of his products. So, does he do t-shirts or anything? Like, can I get a t-shirt off him for free? What about the big poster? So I can get that big poster for free then, can't I? Order.
My poster, my ebook, or my trifold, all you have to do is go to deletelaws.com, go to the inquiry form, and I email it to you for nothing. So I'm such a grifter and a scammer, right? Yep. Even people who are, you call me an auditor. I'm not an auditor. I'm an activist. Because in this space, You got the most shallow, disgusting people of it, like Long Island Audit, who's the most skin-thinned, wussy beta boy I've ever seen. And he...
But you liked him though, didn't you, Chile? You actually liked him until he called you out.
Goes on podcasts, on troll podcasts, to call me a grifter. Well, I've got over 5,000 sales in my store, 10 returns. 10 refunds, So, and I got it in literature. And then you got a guy named James Freeman, total fraud.
Absolutely, like, fucking, it's funny, isn't it? Him talking about skin thinned, thin skinned. He did actually say that, didn't he? Skin thinned. That's hilarious. But this is the thin skinned bloke talking about other people having thin skin. This is the bloke who none of us are allowed to talk in his chat. We're not even allowed to ask sensible, normal questions at all. Instantly fucked off. The moment there's a tiny possibility of maybe a bit of criticism in your comment, gone.
Been running around teaching people qualified immunity. He's just stupid. I mean, he's very brave. He's very ballsy. I used to really have a big affinity for the guy. But then when I came on the scene and rose up like a meteor, they're so...
Absolutely, Grandpa. That's what everybody should do. Just give you a spanner, by the way. Thanks for being it.
Like, I don't get it. They're 10 times larger than I am. You know, I'm just a guy out here trying to change things. But within the leadership of the auditing community, guys like that and guys like that, they're just dunce caps. They just don't know, you know? And so...
He's gone on somebody else's podcast. He's giving it all this, and he's naming and attempting to shame other people like James Freeman and fucking Long Island Audits, whatever his name is, all this animal. And then he's gonna call them all dunce caps. He went there, man. He didn't call them all dunces. He called them dunce caps. And that's it. It's at that exact moment, yeah, where nobody can take Chili seriously.
Right now, Chris Jeffries, if you called me up and said, hey, Chili, come on my podcast. I want to bash Brian from Here's the Deal. And then I go on there and I sit there and listen to your disgusting, trollish, statist garbage. And then you talk about Brian, like, oh, yeah, Brian's a real grifter. He's a real scammer. You went on a troll podcast just to call me a grifter or a scammer? Long Island Audits, dude, you are a bitch, bro. I'm sorry, dude, you are. We're not in competition, dude. We're not in competition. And I don't care if people don't like it. I don't give a shit if you don't like me. I have worked hard to be unlikable. And if you don't, you want to send a weeping...
But that's not true, is it? You do give a shit that people don't like you. You are suing people because they don't like you and they hurt your feelings. You've attempted to get them fucking like restraining orders on people from YouTube because they hurt your feelings. And you have kicked us all out and banned all of us from being able to leave comments in your comment section or comment in your chat. All of us, no matter what we say. So stop fucking lying, bruv. Nobody believes you. Or maybe this gullible cunt that you're talking to believes you, but nobody else.
We'll go to Washington, or do you want to send a badass freedom fighter? And that's my persona, and that's the one I created. So
we like you, Chili. Everybody in this room here, we like you.
Listen, and you guys have some ideologies I don't agree with.
That's because you're fucking stupid. I keeping it real, welcome, and I've just gave you a spanner. Enjoy it. Enjoy that power.
As well, I've researched you, Chris. I looked into what you believe in. And look, God bless you. You can have those opinions, and I will not say out aloud how we disagree. There's no point.
Right.
We agree on some things. We don't agree on everything. If you have a wife or a boyfriend or a husband or a sweetheart, you don't agree with her or him on everything, and you have sex with that person. So we're not...
Sorry, yeah, but that was a really weird comment as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different, yeah? But me, I have spent my life completely believing and sticking to the fact that if lads can go out and about and, you know, be promiscuous and enjoy sex willy-nilly with whoever, then why can't girls, yeah? So therefore, my thing is, though, as long as you do it safely. So, believe me, yeah? I have had sex with people that, when it came down to it, I didn't actually really, really like them the next day. Weren't a bad fuck, though. You know what I mean? Shit happens. So there's him going, oh, your boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives, and you have sex with these people. Just stupid point, completely irrelevant. Just, meh. There. Oh my days. It's just, I've been married to my husband for ages and we always disagree, always. But I give birth to my children and most of them are adults now and we always disagree. Me and my mum always disagree. Just having sex is It was just that anyway, everybody. Yeah, it was just that whole having sex. That was I found that to be a really weird thing to say, especially coming from the bloke that is pretty much only interested in having sex with himself. So yeah.
I'm going to agree on anything, but what I don't.
Garth, hello. You could not go. I could not go and be promiscuous. My wife won't let me. Oh, see how she is. My promiscuous days, by the way, were in between husbands, so between my first husband and between my second husband. So, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know what? It made me better at it. I learnt some skills. Happy days. By the way, God, thank you for the. I could say coffee, beer. Thank you for the beer. That's it. Because I've changed it to buy me a beer, you know. But yeah, everyone, if you'd like to support the channel, it's in the pinned comment.
Like are little bitches who take pot shots at me when I don't even know you. I don't even.
Hey, your friends, how are you doing? And yeah, maybe Nicholas, but I personally think, I honestly, yeah, I personally think it is just his hand. Then again, you know what? No, I take that back. I actually don't think that he has sex with anybody. I think that he is just completely obsessed with himself and his mission to become rich and famous, that sex just means nothing to him. Nothing. He does not get horny. He doesn't wank. He doesn't fuck. He does nothing. I bet he don't even get hard-ons. I bet you he does not wake up in morning wood. I bet you.
Know you, dude. I don't even know who you, we don't even know each other. It's incredible. I've had people in my own space create videos. I mean, there's a guy named Lackluster.
Oh, absolutely, lemon tart. Me and my husband can have amazing arguments, you know. Just, we hate each other for that half hour, and then, you know, we kiss and make up. But it's fucking, I think pretty much all married couples are like that, isn't there? You have your moments where you fucking hate them, or they do your fucking head in and you want to fucking, but then you eventually get over it. You know what I mean?
He went on a troll channel and he said, each other. It's incredible. I've had people in my own space create videos. I mean, there's a guy.
Hi, Anasita, how you doing? It's for anybody that I've not said hi to. Did I say hi to you, Vlad? I'm sorry if I didn't. Hi. Enzo, hello. I'm just making sure. Natasha, I think I said hi to you. Sorry if I didn't. Hi. Hello, everybody. Anyways, I know we just listened, but let's back it up 10 seconds and then I'll just let it play. Play.
Oh, you, dude. I don't even know who you, we don't even know each other. It's incredible. I've had people in my own space create videos. I mean, there's a guy named Lackluster. He went on a troll channel and he said, Chile has victims. We're just protecting them. Dale at Lackluster, there's been a year-long investigation at least. There's a fake criminal record, a fake FBI dossier that I'm a child molester.
Right, that bit, yes, absolutely, that is fake. And I think it's really, really wrong. Any channels that have run with that, absolutely. And you know what, I don't get into drama very often, but I do agree that that is wrong. That's going too far. But that first bit, fake criminal record, the criminal record that I have seen and that all of you have seen is completely real and completely legit. So stop lying about that bit, Chilla. And this is where, though, people end up going too far and the whole child molester thing. And that's where people went too far. And now he can call out, like, oh, look, and then they've got this fake bit. And because of that fake bit, it will mean that people won't believe the real stuff. And that's why it's wrong. And that's why that was way too far and people should not have done that.
Dale from Lackluster, where are those victims, bro? Where are the victims you're protecting? So far, I've never attacked anybody. Where are they at? No criminal record, no violence on my record, no...
Tomatoes! My friend, how are you doing, mate? Are you okay?
911 calls, no hospital reports. I've never in my life acting. So far, I've never attacked anybody. Where are they at? No criminal record, no violence on my record, no 911 calls, no hospital reports. I've never in my life hurt anybody who didn't enter into mutual combat with me. And that was before I was 25. So the people in the space and then the people outside the space, remember, people talk about MLK Jr. He was freaking hated. He was hated. Now you see all these memes of MLK Jr. I could do a full dissertation on MLK Jr. He was freaking hated. The left hated him, the right hated him, conservatives hated him, liberals hated him, blacks hated him.
Is he? He can't be. Is he actually seriously going to compare himself to, he says MLK Jr., that's Martin Luther King in it, so is he really, is he, he can't be, is he, he's about to do that, isn't it? So I apologise, I'm again backing up 10 seconds, and let's listen to this little bit of crazy. Wait there. Got it. Okay.
Junior, I could do a full dissertation. The people in the space and then the people outside the space. Remember, people talk about MLK Jr. He was freaking hated. He was hated. Now you see all these memes of MLK Jr. I could do a full dissertation on MLK Jr. He was freaking hated. The left hated him, the right hated him, conservatives hated him, liberals hated him, blacks hated him. He was hated because his ideas were radical and they were the idea that we were equal. At that time, just so you know, a lot of the black leaders were trying to make deals where they didn't have the same rights as whites, but as long as we could just get along, so I call it as I see it. And if you spite me or you spike me, bro, I'll say your name out loud. I don't give a damn who unfollows me or doesn't like me. I don't care. You can stop me if you kill me, but you won't stop me as long as I'm still alive. This system has got to be changed. And I guarantee you that I won't stop until I get to that position to change it.
No, he can't possibly be wrong. He can't be wrong. He's chiller. And he knows. Come on, right. All of you already know that Chile knows the history of America better than anybody. Just, forget about them professors in universities and stuff. Completely irrelevant. None of them matter. This is Chile de Castro talking, and if he says it, it must be true. And he is genuinely comparing himself. Or basically saying that, Martin Luther King went through this, that, and the other, and I'm going through it as well. That's his thing, isn't it? Wow. You know what, yeah, I can be a right twat sometimes, I can. And I even have my stupid, arrogant moments, I do. But that ain't me, ain't my personality. This is just like Chile, innit? 24/7. His own head, so far up its own arse, that you can basically... Never mind, yeah.
Yeah. Has there been also, what were some of the most ridiculous moments that you had to go through with dealing with these police? What was like some of the most, because I know you come into close calls, but most of the time you just back these pigs off and you're screaming in their face, and it's amazing to see. But was there ever a time when...
Going too far, innit? It's going too far. Fucking comparing himself to Martin Luther King. And I saw somebody's thing in the chat earlier about him comparing himself to Jesus, and I think I do remember that. I don't think it was very long ago, but I can't be specific about it. And don't get me wrong, that bothers me as well, but I think the Martin Luther King thing bothers me more, because I'm not religious, as you know, I'm very, very atheist. So to me, right, how I find it is that him comparing himself to Jesus is also insulting, but I feel that way in regards to my granny. And my granny was the best woman, I've said this before, granny's the best woman ever, devout Catholic though, and so she's not here anymore, but I feel defensive sometimes because of her beliefs and because she was literally just the best human that's ever existed. With Martin Luther King, it don't matter, does it? It don't matter if you're religious, it don't matter if you're not religious, like an atheist, it doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter who you are. That man, and I'm not even American, that man is, and rightfully so, an absolute legend and made a massive difference and is so known for it. And then here's this fucking failed actor twat trying to use him. And it's like how he tries to use George Floyd and he tries to use Breonna Taylor. It just uses and uses and uses. He's despicable. He's fucking despicable, he really is.
They roughed you up?
Oh yeah. So before this camera phone
Shut up, Chilla. I conspiracy. Is there anybody else? I think I said hi to you, didn't I, El Vampiro? Sorry if I didn't. I think I said hi to you. Alright, cool. I think I've said hi to everybody. Hope everybody's okay.
existed, I've been arrested 20 or 30 times. Because when I'm Johnny Spot on the scene and I see the pigger, so in 2002, I was no-knock raided by LAPD. A confidential informant had told them I was a drug dealer. They literally raided my house with a SWAT team and arrested me and charged me with felonies because I did have possession of a drug that I thought was a good drug, and I enjoyed it. It was fun, nothing wrong with it. And I wasn't a drug dealer. I was at that time an actor. I had made a huge money off Pepsi, off Ski-Doo. I just got to LA, started booking things right away.
Where is this Where is this Pepsi ad? Why can't none of us find it? Because we are fucking locked. Where is it? We found it 1,000 Ways to Die. We found that fucking stupid sunbed place thing, which is fucking awful. You know, there's the whole him getting his body painted on a beach. There's the pictures of him being a Power Ranger, briefly. Where is this Pepsi ad? Because that's the second time I've heard him mention that now. Where is it? Where is it? Prove it. Because he was on about that, weren't I? Oh, I was taking off. I was trying. I was hot, man. Everybody just loved me. I was getting deals left, right, and centre. And then, all of a sudden, I was just minding my own business. And all of a sudden my door came through and there was like policemen and they had lights and they had guns and they went, "You, Mr. De Castro, you is under arrest for felony this, that and the other." And then they looked and they found my spliff in the ashtray and that was it. Felony drug dealer, manufacturer, seller, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, man. That's exactly how it happened. That is my reenactment of exactly how it happened because I've got super special powers, so I sort of like looked online and I found the statements. So yeah.
And so what they did is once you get, so this is where my study on constitutional law will begin. And I started studying Illinois versus Gates, which gives them the right to have reasonable articulable suspicion based on a confidential informant. Gates is an extension of, guess what, Terry versus Ohio. So then I got arrested so many times after that because I have a deep hatred for the policing agencies and anybody who's a cop. Or now I don't hate you as a person because I have met cops who are good people in front of me on camera anyway. But I don't like cops. I don't respect cops. I don't respect the industry. I don't respect your profession. And so your tyranny. And so then I got arrested a dozen, 24 times just for no reason. Because the cop would be beating on someone, like, "Yo, what are you doing, dude? You got him. He's down, dude. He's down." And I got cuffed up, detained. I can't count how many times I've been detained. How many times I've been in torture cuffs is unbelievable. And so then when the camera phone came...
Look at him, rubbing his wrists as he talks about torture cuffs. Fucking... It's so full of shit. Anybody that was in my live stream on Saturday as well, I briefly showed how amazing his you see what I did? I keep adding H's where they don't belong. His hand is End Torture Cuffs website. See how that's going, and it ain't going anywhere. It's absolutely useless. But by all means, if you want, we can check it out very, very soon.
Out. And then I was a huge fan of auditors. I started off in 2012 with a group called Photography's Not a Crime. 2010, 2011 with the guy named...
That's what the whole movement, I say, in massive, what do you call it? PNOC, I think they call it, innit? Photography is not a crime. PNAC? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, because here, like... it actually isn't okay. I'm not saying it's right, by the way, but like, you know, people can't just go around harassing and abusing police and filming them while shouting abuse at them and stuff like that. You do that, yeah. If you go shouting and swearing in the street over here, you will get arrested. You will. And I don't even mind. I've been arrested for that shit before. So the dickheads here, what they do is instead of bothering coppers, they go, or by the way, coppers or politicians or any government workers, they don't do that. What they do is that they'll go to an industrial estate, so there'll be factories there and warehouses and shit. They'll go there and then they'll act like right twats, so that somebody comes out and asks them, "What are you up to, mate? What are you up to?" And then it just goes from there. And that really winds me up. What the American ones do really winds me up. When I hear them, just so disgustingly abusing police officers and stuff like that, that really gets to me, because my way of thinking is that everybody, I'll tell you, right, nobody should have to put up with abuse when they go to work. Now, it doesn't mean that, I understand that sometimes it happens, but it doesn't mean that it should happen. You know what I mean? So therefore, when you're dealing with people that are completely, they're in the right frame of mind and all this, and they're deliberately doing it, that blows my mind, and it really, really will. Over here, they're bothering, not even, they're not even working for the government, they're not even working, they're not police, they're not politicians, they're not secretaries, they're nothing, they're just like factory workers, and they're there bothering them, and that really, really disgusts me. There's nothing wrong with auditing if you just do it the right way. These twats, they're just not doing it the right way because they just want money. They want clicks, views, and money, and pisses me off.
Carlos Miller, who's the original OG cop watcher, and Photography is Not a Crime. And so when I was watching Photography is Not a Crime, I did anything I could to help Carlos Miller with his mission. And that's when I became acquainted with Philip Turner. If you look up Turner versus Driver 2017, that's the Philip Turner. And so I became acquainted with Philip Turner. I became these guys from Cop Block, Adamo Freeman and Pete Iyer. And so I flew up to New Hampshire because I didn't want to be the guy in front. I already, if I go sit at a restaurant, I am what I am. So I have an amazing amount of energy. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I don't take Adderall, I don't take anything, nothing.
Whoa. Now, fair enough, you might not be smoking anymore. How long ago was it? What, only a few months ago, weren't it? Let's say 6 months at the most, where he was getting stoned all the time. And it didn't even take much. He was a proper lightweight. Just fucking one hit and he was off his face. But I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do the other. Fucking hell, man. Me and my husband talk about these, keep hearing about these, like, life insurance or things on tele, and we're not 50 yet, but it's like the over 50 thing. And if you live in the UK, what's it? Right, that's it. You can get it by answering a few simple questions, and on the advert, it's, well, fine, we can do this for you. All we need to know is, are you a UK resident, and do you smoke? And and me and my husband are like, well, what then, in theory, what you could do is that you could quit smoking 2 hours before you make that call, make the call, no, I don't smoke, and that's it, you're a non-smoker anymore because you didn't have a fag for 2 hours. Killer. So yeah, you're fucking angel, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do this, you don't do the other. But you did do though, didn't you, bruv? A few months ago, off your face all the fucking time. Footwear.
I do caffeine right there. I got a cup of coffee, and I got my gun right there. I got my gun here and my coffee here. So
that was hilarious. Actually, I'm just cracking up. Honestly, I know you can't hear it, but I am. I promise you, I'm proper cracking up. Oh, he's got his gun. I'm still curious as to I'm still curious as to whether he's even allowed to have a fucking gun. I had people always telling me that he shouldn't have one. I know he shouldn't have one, but I mean legally.
So then when I started interacting with cops on the street, because I was, now back then, just so you know, back in 2010, 2011,
In the anesthesia, it was a right fucking lightweight, wasn't it? It was fucking smoking shit that I'd chucked in the fucking canal when I was 13. He used to fucking grow up. He used to grow up and learn how to smoke.
There wasn't the idea that you could just stream it up, it wasn't normal. So I was trying not to be in front. I was trying not to be the face of the movement. It was Carlos Miller and Photography's Not a Crime and Cop Block. Cop Block was really big on Facebook. There's Cop Block Washington now, Cop Block Maryland, Cop Block Florida. Those guys really spread a really cool thing. And so when I flew up there to help those guys and say, because I was an executive in Manhattan, and I was making, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And I was like, you know what, how can I support you guys? Get this. I paid them in Bitcoin. And I had like 60 Bitcoin. I had 60 Bitcoin. So anyway, if you go through that mental psychosis of what I went through.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I walked away for a minute. Bollocks. It just... Right, let's rewind. Excellent pause face. There we go.
Cop Block was really big on Facebook. There's Cop Block Washington now, Cop Block of the movement. It was Carlos Miller and photographers stream it up. It wasn't normal. So I was trying not to be in front. I was trying not to be the face of the movement. It was Carlos.
Like that. Absolute bullshit. Proper cool bullshit. I absolutely cool bullshit.
Miller and Photography's Not a Crime and Cop Block. Cop Block was really big on Facebook. There's Cop Block Washington now, Cop Block Maryland, Cop Block Florida. Those guys really spread a really cool thing. And so when I flew up there to help those guys and say, because I was an executive in Manhattan, and I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and I was like, you know what, how?
Again, I call bullshit. You were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So not just 100,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But you jacked it all, you fucked it all off, all of it, so that you could be the leader that this movement needed. Yeah, man.
I support you guys. Get this. I paid them in Bitcoin. And I had like 60 Bitcoin. I had 60 Bitcoin. So anyway, if you go through that mental psychosis of what I went through, watching that go up and down, because I got rid of all the Bitcoin back in 2012. And so then I got arrested so many times, because I hated cops at this point. I mean, there was no giving an inch. I hated them. They no-knock rated
weird,
me.
Yeah. Shut up, I'm talking. Do you know what's weird? Is that when, I don't know, from... most of my fucking life, I hated cops as well. I did. Like, proper hated them. But you know what? You know what I found? I know this might be a bit out there and whatnot, yeah? But you know what I found? I stopped breaking the law. I stopped getting arrested. It was really weird. I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking maybe there's a link there. I don't know.
Me out of my bed, charged me with crimes, turned my life upside down. My girlfriend and I have 5 years, broke up. It was horrible what I went through.
Whoa,
then I got arrested.
No, right. Girlfriend of 5 years? I thought it was a girlfriend of... I've got 7 in my head. Why did a girlfriend of 7 years? No, I'm not even press play yet. I'm looking at the chat and waiting for you lot. Being smart means, yeah, absolutely. I got bored of getting caught, you see, so... I didn't get caught that often, to be fair. But, yeah. He was in the shower when he was in the Airbnb. And the maintenance man came in. He was in the shower. And he came out absolutely stark naked with a gun. Because he took his gun, apparently, he took his gun into the shower. Because all the horror films, all the slasher films, yeah, all of them, you go in the shower, you get killed. No freaky experience. My dad was a cop. Yes, there are cops and bad cops. Bad cops get weed. Yeah, exactly. I see he's been looking, absolutely. No, but I need to know about the girlfriend thing. None of you tell it 7. Thank you. It was 7 years, wasn't it, Lemon Tart? But now it's 5. It's 5 years. He's so full of shit, you know.
I hated them. They no-knock rated me, took me out of my bed, charged me with crimes, turned my life upside down. My girlfriend and I have 5 years, broke up. It was horrible what I went through. So then I got arrested so many times. And then pretty soon I started to realize that with Instagram coming out and these new ways to film, that if I held my camera up and talked to them, that I wouldn't get arrested. And so then I had some really hairy interactions where I got detained sometimes, which it means torture, cuffed, and I'm not laying on my belly, bro. It's not gonna happen. You want to take me in? Go ahead. Here's my wrist, but I'm not laying on my belly. So then I had some really gnarly interaction.
Yeah, we've seen you though get arrested. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you didn't have to go on your belly, but you did have to put your arms behind your back, didn't you? And we've also heard him say, "I'll never put my arms behind my back again. They have to kill me first.
One of the gnarliest interactions I had was in 2006 or 2007.
That's the hard thing, isn't it, about being fucking prolific liar. You have to have a good memory at the same time. You have to remember your lies, and he can't remember any of his lies. That's why he just keeps fucking up all the time. It's quite pathetic. Oh, bollocks.
I'm not sure if you know this, but roommates and neighbors are cancer. Roommates and neighbors. So anyway, my roommate and I had split apart. He'd done some really shady ass ish. And so I'm like, I'm out, bro. Like, you're unethical. And when it boils down to it, even if you don't like me and we don't get along, I'll be ethical with you. I'm not going to steal your things, or I'm not going to kick your ass. I don't want to have a fist fight with anybody. And so when I went to move out of that apartment,
Pussy.
the cops showed up, and I didn't have a phone in my pocket. 2007. Yeah, this was still at a time, 2006, 2007. This is at a time when the camera phone wasn't really a big thing. You still have flip phones and sidekicks and stuff. There was a sidekick back then. Okay. So then the cops show up. My cousin is there helping me move my stuff out. And this cop walks up to me because I'm in the right. I'm just getting my things and quietly leaving. I'm not saying anything to pigs because I don't like them. And this cop walks up to me and is like, "You're going to get your stuff and get out of here." And then he walked up and got
I know, Logan. I was just thinking the same thing. No, I'm ethical. What the fuck?
nose to nose with me right here and put his head into my head. And I said, bro, if I throw you on the ground, your boys are going to jump me. So get out of my face. But he pushed his forehead right into my forehead like he was a match. And I'm like, bro. One of the only times I actually wanted to kick his ass because I don't think violence is going to solve it. I think it's when people understand the policies and procedures and how to change the laws, and you get someone in executive power who will do the bidding of the people. I think at that point, you're going to be able to implement change. But I don't think you're going to be able to implement change with violence. I don't think it's going to happen. Or I would be a big proponent of revolution, but I'm not. And if there is a revolution, I will fight on the side of the constitutionalists because we have a system. We're not living by it. We're living in absolute tyranny. This is not a rule of law. I was talking to a friend of mine last night on the phone. He's got a really big channel. And I said,
"Hey, Fat God, how you doing? And Dravka, how you doing, mate?"
We're arguing back and forth about volunteerism versus rule of law. And I said to him, bro, he said, "Here's how your system's going." He said, "My system has not been going since
What's going on up there?
1812.
50s?
1812.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing then. Honestly, I thought maybe there was like a spider or a wasp or something like that, and he was looking at it. But no, he weren't. He was looking at his fucking poster. Dickhead.
So, yeah. Violence breeds more violence.
Yeah, and we disagree, but the tragedy of the comments is that if you leave people to volunteer or just to leave them to do the right thing, that most humans won't actually do that, and that's why we need law. But I'd have this anarchist dream that we could, but...
Have you read Leviathan? Have you read Leviathan?
No.
Okay, so listen.
I know of it, but...
You can't read Leviathan. I can't read Leviathan. I mean, if you could read Leviathan, you are far smarter than I am. You have to go online and listen to lectures of people who teach about Leviathan, and then you have to wonder what their slant is or their political slant is. But then when they break down paragraph after paragraph, if you haven't read Essays in Humanity, 1689, written by John Locke, it's a hard book to read. You can listen to it on audiobook, but then I would highly recommend that you listen to podcasts of people who educate you on what exactly Essays in Humanity actually means. And so what these two scholars, Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, together determined was that the term that Hobbes used was bellium omnia contra omnes, which I believe is a term, which means a war of all men against all men. If there is not rule of law, we will kill each other. Listen, I'll be the first to tell you, my ego's gigantic. It's as big as Manhattan.
Oh my God, really? Oh, he's the first to tell us. It's a good job he told us, isn't it? Because I'd never noticed. I'd never noticed. Thank goodness for him. Yeah. Thank goodness for him and his honesty. We're so lucky.
I'm not going to change who I am because so many thousands of people watch me now. I'm going to continue to be who I am. And because I know that we need a fighter. We can't have someone go to Washington who is a little bitch because they will acquiesce to Walmart. They will kowtow to the big, powerful groups that want you to do the bidding for them. They will enrich you. They will get you houses. They will get you cars. They will get you whip.
By the way, yeah, I'm rubbish at talking, but ain't it just pronounced acquiesce? I mean, I know there's a... do you actually say acquiesce? I have no idea, because I have no reason to ever use that word. I can spell it, but in and ahhing about I actually say it.
There's no limit. They'll get you children on Epstein Island if you just do their bidding. And so I'm unwavering in my principles. You think it's popular for me to say that I think that James Freeman and Long Island Audits are scumbags? You think it's popular for me to say...
No, I thought that as well, Dravico. that was wrong as well, weren't it?
Lackluster said that I have victims and I think he's a scumbag. The only reason I don't sue those fools is because I don't want to sue people who are actually doing good work. They're just jealous and insecure people. It's not
He's so full of shit. Because let's be honest, yeah, Lackluster's got a massive channel. We don't go out and do anything himself. He shows other people's interactions and that. That's what Lackluster does. And you know, he's got quite a successful channel from doing that. So he's not out there doing good work, is he? He's not out there doing anything. He's in his home, on a computer, taking other people's videos and editing them to be his videos, basically. Happy days. But yeah, he's doing good work, and that's why you're not suing him, innit? Yeah, because he's doing good work. Nothing to do with the fact that maybe you ain't got a leg to fucking stand on. Because I remember him very loudly saying that he was going to sue Lackluster. Can you not remember that? I remember that.
popular for me to say the things that I say. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you don't like it? Tune out. Block my channel. Don't support me. Don't go to my website and buy my products because that supports me. So I'm not going to in any way or shape change who I am. And if you can't take it, then you can't take it. It's too hot. I get it. No problem. No problem. I understand. But I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to keep fighting for freedom no matter what. The last breath that comes out of my mouth will be freedom! Like I'm Braveheart, baby.
Oh my god. He's just compared himself to William Wallace. That's a bit closer to home, that is. Just... the fuck. So yeah, so... he's up there with Jesus, Martin Luther King, and William Wallace. He's Chili de Castro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, look, you can. I see that. No matter, I see through the criticism and seeing that people that are taking the time to badmouth another human being, there's something wrong with them. It's more of a reflection on them rather than.
Same here, Goth. Same here. That's why I was umming and ahhing about I actually say it. But I did always think in my head when I'm reading and stuff, yeah, and it's in a book, I read it as acquiesce. I never do an acquiesce. So. But remember everybody, Chili finished school second from bottom, whatever, and he also went to college for 5 years and still didn't get a diploma, so there we go.
And the thing that they claim to hate.
Sorry, by the way, I know some people go to university, college, whatever, for more years than that. I get, you know, like med school and law school, it can take a long time, but this bloke went there for 5 years doing something that I can't even remember if we've ever even known, and just left with nothing. No education, no brains, no intelligence, and no diploma. I mean, that just blows my mind.
And for what you do, I just don't. We stand with you because we got a police problem.
We got a huge police problem. And we have a politician problem as well. So you have to go into the teeth of the lion and become one of the teeth. Or you'll change nothing. You'll change nothing. Nothing will change with executive power. Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero. I'm sorry. I wish it would. Go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, like you said earlier about your run for governor. You said you're running as an independent, or it would be within a separate party?
I already wrote it.
It's a party platform. For
I wrote a platform.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
but we combine a lot of, so like if you do the research, you'll find that the majority of people are pro-choice, and then if you do the research, you'll find a lot of people are pro-Second Amendment. And so I believe that putting them both in the same platform would have astronomical growth. And I also think that transparency in government, and I can't go into a lot of detail about that because I don't want to reveal what the whole platform says yet, but transparency in government, you know, they talk about Big Brother. Everybody will say Big Brother. We've been talking about Big Brother since the book 1984. And so how do you kill Big Brother? You give the people access to the cameras. And then Big Brother doesn't exist anymore. If I can go into my computer and type in a specific code numbers and I can find that I can watch that camera on 4th and Johnson, then Big Brother's dead because I can see everything he can see. And so there's no more Big Brother. But as long as we don't get access to the camera footage, remember I said about the public information officer earlier? He determines whether or not you get to see the body cam footage. Where does the body cam footage go? It goes to those guys. Do they edit it? Yes. Do they withhold it? Yes. Do they alter it? Yes. So as long as we have the Goebbels system of public information officer, nothing changes. Absolutely.
I wanted to add on that what you just said about the cameras. The biggest tell for me was when the Patriot Act, they decided to take all the DMV cameras and move them over to Homeland Security, or have Homeland Security has access to all the DMV cameras from every state in the United States. And that was on January 1st, 2004. So we're almost like 20 years now. They have not once paraded out any footage from some DMV camera saying we caught a pedophile, we caught a bank robber, we caught a terrorist, we caught a whatever. Wouldn't you parade that stuff all over the evening news saying like we
Breaks are good for us all, lemon tart, so I do not blame you at all. And the best I can do, is at court tomorrow. So the best I can offer is that tomorrow we'll talk about whatever happens at court, and then we'll look at other stuff, I promise. We're not going to base my whole live stream tomorrow on this dickhead, I promise. We ain't going to finish this, by the way. I'm going to bed soon. So we're going to watch a bit more, and that's it.
catch people, keep giving us money. It's just like there's no verification there, right? That actually works.
Yeah, have you heard of flock cameras? FLOCK? You ever heard of that?
No.
So a flock camera, if you ever drive around town and you see there's a solar panel, it's a panel, and right underneath the panel is a camera. Maybe you guys have seen this before. You see them everywhere, right? Well, a flock camera is an unregulated camera that peace officers groups, they're not law enforcers, they're peace officers, that peace officers get, and the flock corporation, the flock camera system, I don't know who owns the whole thing, but what they do is they will supply the cops with these cameras, and we don't have access to them. We don't know where they are. The stream goes directly to the cop shop. So flock cameras cost them nothing, and they get a live stream of that. We essentially have a CCTV system like Britain, but we don't get access to those cameras. And then if the government rapes you, kills you, or your loved one, you have to apply to the Goebbels public information officer to see if you're going to get that footage. And so Ronald Green, they hid his footage for 2 years.
Fucking Goebbels. Is that on a... that bloke was major in the whole Nazi regime, and he can't even pronounce his name properly.
He was murdered in the streets, and none of those pigs have faced justice. And we don't get access. I want to be able to go to a copper Johnson. I ran into this copper the other day, a stiff prick, and I want to be able to go, Officer Johnson, badge 62981, and then there's the catalog. Here's where he's been for the past year, every stop. There it is. And so that would mean the public information officer, the Ministry of Information, would then, an agency would be created that would then block out the things that were private that people couldn't see and not cut the film, just put a blocker over it. And that does not include the shootings and the death. That includes that you're in someone's backyard and it's a privacy issue, so you don't get to see their backyard. But in the interest of justice, if someone is shot or someone is killed, the public should get to see that information. If someone is assaulted, someone is raped, someone is beaten, and people are like, oh, cops wouldn't go into someone's house and rape them. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. It's extraordinarily real. So as long as we don't have access to these...
I'm reasonably sure it's also extraordinarily rare. said it a million times before, but, you know, coppers are people. People are sometimes horrible. Therefore, some coppers are sometimes fucking horrible. It's not rocket science, man. Some rocket scientists are horrible. Some doctors are horrible. Teachers are horrible. Nurses are horrible. You know what I mean? The sum of every group of people are horrible. Every single one. Life's a bitch.
Cameras, it will continue to be a tyrannical police state, prison state, death state. And for all the prisons and jails, how much better are we doing now? I mean, we've been locking up. So just do the math on that. 350,000 people when Terry versus Ohio was passed in prison, over 2.5 million now. So we're almost at 7 or 8 times the amount of people living in prisons and jails. And so surely the country has to be better. We got rid of the 1% of the criminally insane, right? We didn't. We're locking up people so that other people can make money by guarding their skin. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Mass incarceration. It's not pretty. And look, I don't even know if it's a lost cause or not, but if you think you can change the system that we got and add on to it, I think maybe that's the way to go.
I can't do it alone.
I'm behind you, but it's daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, but he needs money. You have to send him money. He can't do it. Bruv, yeah, whoever you are, the podcast geezer thing, he can't do it unless he gets money. You have to send him money. Yeah. That's the grift.
It's daunting
It's daunting. Why?
Oh, no, Bob. Take care, mate. I'm done in a minute anyways. Thank you for being here.
Well, it's daunting just because we've been to, like, I grew up in the 1980s. This was like the peak of mass incarceration, or the beginning of it. Ronald Reagan liked to just sweep people into jails for like joints and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And then it began.
The grift is definitely real.
And it mixed with everything else in American society. That also, we have a health crisis on our hands too. Everything from obesity to fentanyl. This compounds into cops. You get cops walking around who are too obese to even chase down a criminal. Well, we were just earlier reading a study that said the effects that obesity has on the brain. So, it all ties in together. When America is this place where we got a lot of work to do.
Well, you could take a pill for that obesity. You don't got to change your diet. Just take a pill. Big Pharma. Big Pharma's going to sell you. What did we just see?
Oh, come on.
What did we just...
He's absolutely off his trolley, and now he's going to start talking. I can't. I have to go sleep. But, fuck it. I know what I said, right? But tomorrow we'll talk about whatever happens in court, and we'll try and watch I don't know, mate. You know what? Yeah, we'll watch another 20 minutes of this, and then we'll move on. And he's absolutely about to go on about the pandemic. That's exactly what he's talking about. About to talk about. Apparently, though, you can just take a pill, just like that. Just take a pill for obesity. So you know what? Yeah, I will lose some weight. So if I go to the doctors and say, right, doctor, yeah, so this bloke is a constitutional law scholar. Because he says so on the internet, right? He says that I can just take a pill and that's it. The weight would just fall off me. See what happens. I'm guaranteeing my doctor will say, what the fuck? No, that ain't happening. By the way, I have no idea. But if you can literally just take a pill, then why is it we have these shows on TV of these really, really overweight people that go to that doctor because they want weight loss surgery, but they have to lose a little bit of weight before they before they're allowed to have the surgery, because the anaesthetic is dangerous for them. So if there's just a pill that we could all just take, just like that, to lose some weight, why are people going through that? Why? I honestly have no idea. I'm quite confused. Well, there we go. J5, fucking hell, what? Wait there. Where is it? There it is. I'm actually going. Sorry, I know some of you have only just joined. I'm really, really sorry. It's quite late, though. It's quite late here. Lester Doctor says... Shit, I can't see now. Something's got in the way. Lester Doctor says, what the fuck? Exactly. So, yeah, right. I'll be down at my mum's tomorrow when he's at court. But I'll listen and I'll keep an eye out on and of all the judges. I assume that you all subscribe. Let's have a look. Wait there. Let's find it. Nevada judges. There we go. So. Wait there. I'll turn the volume down. I can't stand hearing my own voice. It's kind of devastating. Right, everybody, please subscribe to this channel. They're gonna, they can't film or anything inside, but they're gonna keep us updated as to what happens tomorrow. So yeah, thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate it, and I will definitely be back tomorrow night. I promise. It might be like 7, 8 o'clock at night, but I'll be back. That's the important thing. So take care, everybody.